Hi and welcome to another edition of Onside, and I'm pleased to announce that we've got Neil Tovey, who's joined us on our panel this week, international footballing star. Those of you remember him as a player standing with Mandela holding up the trophy when we won the African Cup of Nations. Also Sundowns, he took them to the league title when he managed, and he won 5 league titles as a player, better than Budge and I put together. Neil, thanks very much for coming in.
Yeah, great to be here.
Good. Budge, we've got our old Mark back with us.
No doubt.
Our heart and lungs. Funny enough, all three of us midfielders. Neil went to centre half because he got tired. But let's get into what's been happening around the world. Obviously, we start off with the bad news, and that is the Chapecoense, if I've said it right, air crash that happened this week. And Budge, tragic.
Yeah, terrible, Ran out of fuel, reportedly. Yeah.
Was that what it was? Fuel?
Yeah, going to the first leg of the Copa Sudamericana, which is the Europa League equivalent.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it crashed. Yeah.
Oh, that is terrible. I did hear a bit about the reserve keeper is alive, but they had to cut his leg off, So yeah,
terrible.
Terrible, Daniel.
Yeah, it's tragic. They just come through the division so nicely over the years, and now obviously have to rebuild again.
What I'm pleased to say that they're not going to be relegated for 3 seasons, Budge.
That's what all the Brazilian clubs want, which is only right.
Only right. So if you finish second last and they lost, you're going down.
Well, there's 4 teams that get promoted and relegated in Brazil.
Okay, so it's a big bonus for them. And Neil, they're not going down for 3 years. The opponents, Colombia Atletico Medellin, they gave them the trophy.
Well, they've offered to concede the trophy. Yeah,
that's a wonderful gesture. It's one thing I've seen over the years, Neil, and I've seen it in horse racing, but in football too, people come together.
They come together, yeah. Even some of the clubs are offering them players, just to help them initially get the season, so the season can continue.
Yeah, that's right. They've got to play games in that.
They've got to play games.
An absolute tragedy. Now, is this good news or bad news? Gareth Southgate's got the England job. What's your call?
Look, I think they've been looking over the whole, around the world for coaches. Want to look close to home first.
Yeah.
And he's been with the build-up of through the younger players.
He knows the structures.
He knows the structures and the younger players, and so obviously.
But he's unbeaten as an interim coach.
Yeah, he's done well. There's no one else.
Contact penalties.
Well, shame. Another kid, Gerard or Carragher. But still won't hold that against him. But he's the logical choice for me.
Is he the logical choice?
Yeah.
And let's hope he does it, because they flatter to deceive, don't they, Neil?
They do, and when they've got a World Cup qualifiers to get through, and that's very, very important. And so I think rather somebody that's been in those structures to help.
Are you keeping Rooney as captain? Well, he dropped him for the last game and he brought in...
well, that'll be his big test.
That'll be his big test, whether he keeps Rooney as captain. Now he's got the reins, okay. And then other things, your man Mourinho suspended again. What's the story?
Well, one match which he served last night, £16,000 fine.
Wow, it's a lot of money.
Well, he's on 200 not a week, so it's not pinch of salt to him.
Gee, you fined £50,000 once before for comments about a ref.
Well, what happened before the Liverpool United game, they asked him about the referee, who's a Liverpool-born referee, and he said he's got no problem with him, but it's a lot of pressure on the referee.
And they fined him?
And they fined him for that.
They're sensitive, eh?
Yeah.
And Neil's very sensitive.
Yeah, the comments, as a manager, you just got to stay away from that.
You just don't comment.
You just comment because it's going to come back and bite you.
Yeah, you must have known when you were managing us. It's a hell of a thing. Just while we touched on that, Shakes, going, staying, what's the story?
Look, I haven't been in the office for weeks now, and it wasn't really good what he did in the gesture up to the president and that. But that's got to go through the normal channels and normal process of because he's suspended now.
Yeah.
So it's got to go through those normal processes.
But I believe early December they're making a call. Is that accurate?
1st of December. So
1st of December, okay. Yeah. And then we got the El Clasico coming up, and Barcelona, Real Madrid. Both teams, more so Barcelona, have looked a bit shaky. What do you think, Bud?
Well, I watched them Sunday night against Real Sociedad. I've never seen a Mad played like that, ever. Amazing. What worried me for them was the left-back Alaba was injured. Piqué was limping. Busquets was limping around. And those are key players to them.
Key players, yeah.
Yeah, they say Iniesta's coming back, but he hasn't played for a few weeks. So how effective he'll be, I don't know.
And Real Madrid, they've lost Bale, but they're ticking over, Neil.
Yeah, they're really on top of their game at the moment. They had a good win in the
Let's quickly touch on what happened last night, or the last couple of nights, just for those of you trying to keep up. The English League Cup It's one of the cups that boys try and win, but Hull beat Newcastle on penalties after being 1-1. Liverpool beat Leeds United 2-0. They keep going. Man United, I'm going to ask you guys that. They thumped West Ham.
For once we finished.
You were 1-1, I believe.
Yeah, 1-0. The keeper tossed one in. Missed. Yeah. And but yeah, deserved winners, Paul.
So your team won and your team lost.
Yeah,
Arsenal, 10 changes.
Yeah, 10 changes. That's why I think Wenger. I think he's looking at other angles this this season.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Neil is a supporter of Arsenal, as is Goodman. But the semi-final draw is Man United versus Hull City. I think Man United will be too strong for them, and Liverpool. Southampton, is it one off? I don't know.
No, it's two-legged.
Two-legged. So they've got a chance, Southampton against Liverpool. Right, let's go into the weekend's football. Now we're going to our English Premier League. We'll have our teams to discuss, but the first one we've got to talk about is this price right?
Yep,
11 to 10 Man City, Chelsea 24 to 10, nearly 5 to 2. Who's going to win, Neil?
I think it'll be a draw.
Lovely.
Can
someone get a fence for Neil to sit on?
I think it'll be a score draw. I'll even go
that far. Score draw. How do you see it?
I fancy Man City. High-scoring game.
So do I. It'll be a great game. I think Man City realise if they can put the brakes on Chelsea, it'll make it a great league. Right, then the best bet on the card, Tottenham playing against Swansea.
Sorry, is that your team?
Yes. 1 to 3, 7 to 1 Swansea. Now, didn't Swansea get a result? First one.
5-4, Crystal Palace.
That's right. Some guy got 2 goals in injury time.
Loriente, yeah.
Wow, it must have been a great game to watch.
And what's the last 15 minutes? Comedy of errors.
Haven't Crystal Palace caught it wrong, Neil? A lot of games late, they've caught it wrong.
Yeah, they're just the concentration span. It's vital. I mean, it's a statistic that's there.
Yeah.
That just before half time and just the last part of the game that you just got to put it together.
So okay, we're going to go. We're going to draw. We're going Man City to win. I'm going Man City and going Tottenham. Now let's have a look at another 6 to 10 Stoke City against Burnley.
Yeah, I watched them on Sunday at Watford.
Who?
Stoke City.
Yes.
Yeah, they were the old panel beating self. They won every tackle. Watford was shocking. Yeah. And once Kabul came off, they had nothing to offer. Watford. Yeah. Very easy victory for Stoke. I think they'll beat Burnley. Worst away record in the league.
Have they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 11th place, 13. Yeah, just looking at the ratings here: Man City 3rd, Chelsea 1st. Spurs 5th, Swansea, right down the bottom, eh?
Second bottom.
19. Okay, Crystal Palace. Now they're 23 to 10. Southampton, fresh off their win. Southampton looked very good early, but stutters. What do you think?
Well, Europa League on a Thursday, Paul, and he's mixed and matched his team, especially with his 2 centre-halves. He's rested Fonte a lot. Yeah, I don't think this will be an easy game. I know they played a strong team last night. I know Arsenal only played one of the guys that started against Bournemouth. But they're a physical team, hard-working team. I think desperation game for Pardew. They've lost the last 6. They don't get a result here. I think he's gone.
Sure. Neil, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Southampton will come obviously with a big boost from they know that Arsenal rested 10 players, but there'll still be a really confidence booster towards this weekend. So
now Virgil, does he play for them?
Virgil van
Dijk. For me, the best centre-half in the league. Yeah. I've been so impressed. What do you think of him? He wins the headers. He's good on the carpet. Great in the tackle. He can't stay there too long. They're going to come from the big clubs.
They will come from, definitely.
Yeah, nobody stays at Southampton for too long.
I'm just thinking about it the other day, Neil. When you start looking back and look at Bale,
Oxlade-Chamberlain, Walcott.
All of them,
the boy for Liverpool.
Well, Alan Shearer was from there, Letizia. They've produced a lot of players. Yeah.
But who are they playing now? They got the centre-half for Liverpool. They got Alana.
There's 4, Lallana, Klein.
Yeah, they got the players they've lost. And if you lost players like that, Neil, you have to go down. They keep finding, eh?
Well, it obviously points to one direction, how good their youth development policy is, and the
it's fantastic
that they can just replace at will.
So, boys, it's going to be Southampton?
I think Crystal Palace can get something out of this game.
Okay, for Pardew's sake.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've got West Brom. Where are they in the log? 9th?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't thought against Watford, who are 8th. They're both in the top 10, okay. How do you see it, Neil? West Brom at home?
Yeah, I think they should side this. Watford, not the best of travellers. I think West Brom should see this through. I really do.
Yeah. Watford, what do you think, Budge? Can
I
they get a
like
point?
West Brom, yeah.
I like West Brom, a lot of people do. Pulis is a solid citizen. His teams are always in there fighting for everything. Even when a couple of times they come down to Spurs, we've battled with them. I don't think an easy team.
Well, you saw what he did at Stoke.
Yeah.
They came up, the long ball merchants, but nobody likes playing his teams. He defends first, gets them well organised. He plays 4 centre halves in his defence. So everywhere they know their job.
And Watford, they like to play, change their game. They've
got a couple of good forwards.
Yeah, he hasn't played a goal over the last 2 games.
He's
on
a
the
good
bench.
player. He's been on the bench. And there's another guy who keeps scoring up front as well.
Troy Deeney,
Yeah, Troy Deeney. They're good players. Okay, let's move on. Sunderland, bottom of the log again. They're at home. Leicester City are really struggling, I think, for the league champions.
Well, they've only won one of the last 8 league games. They've got the second worst away record. I think they've conceded 16 away goals. It's open gates at the back.
And they've gone through the next stage of the Champions League.
That's it. Maybe they should
stick to that.
Stick to Champions.
How do you see it?
I like Sunderland. They got beat at Liverpool, and it was just the fight that I saw in them.
Yeah.
They'd won their 2 previous games. I like a team that's struggling, but they didn't give in.
Yeah.
And Moyes has got them right. I think they'll get something out of this game.
Yeah. How do you see it, Neil?
I'm going for Leicester to turn this season
yeah,
around.
The stats they've got to win soon.
Yeah.
People have got to know their game. That's what I think happened. Do you remember someone's phone and they with the ball in behind for Vardy and that? People are starting to realise that you can't,
Yeah. I just think there's a due sometime,
they come back themselves. They're too good in Europe, you're right. West Ham, not the worst side around, Budge. Now they're going to go to Arsenal. So it's a local derby. I know Spurs have had 3 local derbies in a row. And West Ham and Arsenal have another one.
Yeah.
How do you see it?
You got to fancy Arsenal, Paul. He put his eggs in the league basket again this year, Wenger. I would have played more of his senior players last night, but as Neil said, it's the least of his 4 trophies that he wants to win. You've got to fancy them, especially at the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
And they can't score many goals, West Ham.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
how are they going to come out the 2 games against Manchester United? How are they going to come out of that?
So they've had a tough week. Tough week for them. They have quality players and they have guys who are not scared to get in behind. But Arsenal every now and then put in performances like the Middlesbrough performance, things like that, and make you say, hey, they're not that good. But I would suggest that someone like Arsene Wenger, if he won the league, would say, that's me. I'm not going to coach anymore. I think that's what he's trying to get.
Yeah, I think he's also. I thought he had a little eye on the English job.
English
as well.
job. Yeah.
But now that Southgate,
that could still happen.
Yeah, this could still happen, but further down the line.
Yeah.
And I just think West Ham haven't really got to grips of the change of stadium yet.
Yeah. Budge was giving me a stat a week ago. Spurs went to Wembley and we got rolled there. The year that Man United got the treble, Arsenal were fighting with them all the way. And they had how many?
They play, and over those 2 seasons, they played 6 Champions League games at Wembley. They'd won 2, drew 1, and lost 3.
Yeah.
And they lost to bad teams. It wasn't like they were top teams, and they didn't get through the group stage.
It amazed me. You're all on the same pitch. You're all going to do it. But it's amazing. Spurs have been woeful at Wembley. And then, as you say, West Ham struggled. Okay, Bournemouth, Liverpool. Liverpool, the roll keeps on going. Every now and then they throw in a 0-all.
Yeah, well, this could well be it. Remember, Coutinho's injured for Liverpool.
Yes.
He's out till January.
Who are coming from, Daniel?
Well, you never know. I don't think Klopp likes Sturridge. He likes his players that work hard. And Sturridge is a goal scorer.
They brought a young boy on now. They brought a young who broke Rooney. Not Rooney.
Was in the League Cup.
Woodburn.
He broke the record of
Michael Owen's record. The youngest.
Record. Yeah. He must have some talent.
Yeah.
So
that's what's good about that League Cup is that they can give chances to these players.
Did Schweinsteiger get a run?
The last 12, 14 minutes,
That's it, How did he look?
No, he looked sharp.
Yeah, he's a very good player in his day. All right, so we're going to go Liverpool to beat Bournemouth. You're going to draw, Budge?
I fancy a draw. I think it'll be a tight game,
Okay, Everton, another enigma against Man United. I think Man United are going to click. 12-10 Man United could be a good bet. What do you think?
I thought they were really impressive last night.
Yeah.
I think they've also got to find their straps soon. They've been creating loads of chances. They just got to get the confidence to put the ball in the back of the net.
They're 4 home draws. They controlled all those games, I thought. They
we've drawn 5 of the last 7, Paul. That's what's killed us.
And I thought Rooney played an unbelievable role last night.
He's a top player.
But he's suspended for this game, though. He got booked last night. So
did he get booked? I still think they'll be too strong for Everton. Man United are still, for me, a force. Even though they're long off the speed, they're a force. Middlesbrough, Hull City. Now, Middlesbrough have impressed me. They're dogged and they try, and there's a lot of fight in them. What do you think?
I fancy Middlesbrough. Monday night game, but I fancy Middlesbrough, yeah. Saw them against Chelsea. They got beat, but it was just like the effort and commitment that they showed.
Yeah.
They drew at Man City, drew at Arsenal. Yeah, they've come right. They should win it.
Yeah. What do you think, Neil?
Yeah, I'll go the same route.
Yeah, so we got an idea of what we like there. Okay, and now I've got some South African Premier League results that have come up that I just want to talk you about or run you through. SuperSport United beat Bidvest Wits. Kaiser Chiefs, again, they couldn't win. Neil, your boys?
Yeah, I had a man sent off early after around half an hour in the game, and they really battled. And Cape Town City, they pushed and I just couldn't find the winner in that game.
Cape Town City have done well, Budge.
Yeah, won 7, drawn 1 the last 8.
And this is away from home.
Yeah, they'll be under pressure at Wits.
Marisburg, Chipper, was this fabulous goal? No, it was Baraka.
Baraka,
Let's talk about Marisburg Chipper, 1 each.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Wednesday, let's talk about these games now. Cape Town, Ajax Cape Town beat Mamelodi Sundowns?
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, it's back-to-back victories, Ajax. So, they had to turn their season around. They got some really nice youngsters, but just haven't had the final finish, and they just got back-to-back wins.
Sundowns, is that the team that went through Africa and won the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, this must have been a great game. Golden Arrows, Polokwane City, 3 each.
You'll never get a 0-0 in that game. 2 teams that only know one way, and that's straightforward into attack.
Is that right? Eh?
Yeah.
Both of them, eh? Will they both stay up?
Oh, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah. So they're adventurous. Baraka Council. Now this is where Baraka FC, the goalkeeper.
It was the last kick of the game. He came up for the corner, crossed it in. He's running away from the goal. He tapped it and he back flipped it. You couldn't believe it.
I don't know, goal of the year? Got a chance?
Candidate.
Neil?
Definitely got. I mean, you're going to count as a goalkeeper out there.
Here again in PSL, we haven't got too many top strikers.
Just looking back, I can remember a couple of keepers scoring.
Schmeichel.
That's right. Peter Schmeichel came up and got a goal. Budge, and some teams staved off relegation.
Yeah, last kick of the game, he come up. He was on loan too.
Amazing, yeah. Because you got the chance of a boom boom and you 2-0 down.
Yeah.
They usually come up for a header.
Yeah, that's right.
To do a bicycle kick in the last minute of the game, yeah.
Yeah, he's famous. And then Free State Stars, if there are any there, against Platinum Stars, 3-1.
Yeah.
2 teams that are really, really battling this season, and. But Free State Stars in Bethlehem, always a difficult team to go and get a result against.
You know all these different grounds you've played at and you've managed it. Some of them are very difficult to go to.
Very difficult, and I can't remember last when Wits won in Bethlehem.
Is that right?
I think they need Christmas Day maybe to go.
They got to get the 3 wise men. You're right. Yeah. Highlands. Now I'm talking about Highlands. Their game was washed out.
Yeah.
Our man Egerson doing a good job there.
Yeah, he's come in there and he started off and he got criticised in the one game, where he just sat back and
parked the bus.
But when you're starting to fight for points, you've got to take one game at a time and one opposition at a time, and and then they've gone through a little bit of a different patch. They've got a difficult game this weekend.
Budge Gordon's a superb manager. But he's always
clever manager.
A clever manager. He's always, I think, like Mourinho too, they get the back sorted out before they go forward.
Well, he played in Austria, so there are a lot of tactical. The German Austrians, couple on the toad, and everything's tactical there. So you train the way you play.
Yeah.
So that's always been Gordon's.
Those were the results during the week. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the league log. I've got the league log here for the South Africans. But again, games played. They're starting to get them, but like Mamelodi Sundowns have had 4 games less than Cape Town City.
Yeah, well, they were in the
Champions League. They were in the Champions League. Got to catch up a lot, and that's what I think. That's where could be the undoing of them winning the league this season.
Yes,
they'll be up there without a doubt.
Yes,
but I think it's got to catch up with them sooner or later. And
Bidvest Wits have got 2 games now and a point behind. They must have a great chance. But remember, I did say at the outset, Kaiser Chiefs. and Pirates won't win the league. Kaizer Chiefs played 11, 17 points, so they're forward drift, not too bad, and Orlando Pirates 10 games, 17 points, slightly better if they can capitalise. But let's go at the games this week. Right. Friday, that's tomorrow night. Bidvest Wits take on Cape Town City. Good game. 1 plays 3.
Yep.
What do you think?
Draw. Sit in the fence.
Sit in the fence with Toby.
No, you know, Cape Town City, he's no fool, Eric Tinkler. He'll go there, try and park the bus and catch him on the counter-attack. You know, Wits got beat by Supersport on Tuesday night, so they'll be, you know, spitting a bit of blood. But
there's some good points that Cape Town City would have stayed. They played Chiefs during the week, so they would have stayed up in Johannesburg. They wouldn't have gone back to Cape Town.
Yeah, sure.
So that might help them from the altitude point of view. Wits also loaded with injuries. You know, I don't even think they've got a centre-back pairing for the match, so they have to fill in gaps there.
You might get a phone call.
But I still think psychologically they've got it on Cape Town City.
Have they won the MTN8?
They've won the MTN8.
Have always had their number.
They've had their number. Well, okay, Cape Town City is a new team.
So you're going to draw and you're going to go with Bidvest.
I'm going to go with Wits. Yeah.
Okay, then Mamelodi Sundowns, who are 8th at the moment, playing the 10th team, Free State Stars, but Mamelodi at home, Budge.
The only worry I've got would be the team selection. Now they leave, I think it's Monday night to go to the FIFA World Club Championship. I think it's in the Emirates.
Yes.
So they play Auckland City or one of the Dubai teams in the last 8 of that tournament. Is he going to risk Billy Att and Keegan Dolly? They were both on the bench last night. So will he rest them or will he play them?
Okay.
That's a big decision. I know they've got plenty of players and they stack, but that's the only concern. But they should be too good. You know,
Neil?
Yeah, I think so.
Mamelodi
and Free State Stars haven't been travelling well.
Okay. Platinum Stars. There's a few stars, yeah? Pollokwani, let's go forward City.
Yeah.
So they're 7th and Platinum are 13th. Lost 5 home games.
Can't win at home, Platinum. Unbeaten away, but can't win at home.
Sure.
And that's not usually their season. Usually they're quite good at home. So this season they've really battled at home.
Okay. Chipper United, 11th, playing Kaizer Chiefs. Chipper at home?
Paul, they can't score goals. They've only scored 3 in the last 7.
Wow,
Play great
that's
football,
wonderful.
possession. Barcelona type football, well, they can't score.
Yeah.
Chiefs are going to give somebody a hiding, but just watching the game the other night, they had chance after chance. I don't know if they do finishing at training.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
No, your mate's the coach there, Steve Compella.
Yeah,
Nice
you know,
guy?
Yeah, he's very thorough in his approach, and maybe I'm not saying that's where they may be going wrong. I just think they need to give more freedom to their play.
Oh, so they're playing to a system, restricted system, I think.
I don't know if I'm correct in saying that, but it just looks like that at times. You know, Chiefs is a team that usually goes there and you're walking down the tunnel, you're looking down on the opposition, you know, but it doesn't seem like that anymore.
The dominance is not there.
The dominance is not there. You know, they don't show that. Hey, walking on the pitch, you've got a job to do today.
Yeah, you're playing Chiefs. Was that like in your day? They were dominant.
Yeah.
And they've still got a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Pirates.
No, they always have. Yeah.
Always
And Port Elizabeth, of course, because they seldom go down there. You know, so. Yeah, they've got a huge fan base down in Port Elizabeth.
Okay, so how are we going to see this result? Are Chiefs going to stop Chip at home?
Well, Chiefs have drawn 6 of the last 7, so the draw's obviously got to be the favourite.
Yeah, draw's got to be the favourite. Their mates Pirates, or Orlando Pirates 6th, Highland Park, currently at the bottom.
Yeah, well, they've got a game in hand, Gordon's team.
Well, they need it. Yeah. If they had to win that, they'd move 5 places.
Yeah.
But it's a tough call.
Yeah, well, they played in the Telkom knockout and Pirates beat them 2-1. They had a few chances when it was 0-0.
Yes.
But they ended up getting beat 2-1. You know, maybe the freshness with the game being abandoned may help them, but I think they're under pressure again, yeah.
Okay. Right, that's so we're going to go with Pirates. Gordon's got it all to do. Ajax Cape Town Golden Arrows, 14th, plays 4.
Yeah, I think this will... Ajax got the momentum of the back-to-back victories, as I said, and Arrow's not the best of travellers.
Okay.
For me,
all right,
anyway.
Buddy's your budge.
Although he's got, they have that, this season the best.
This year they got the second best away record, Arrows.
Yes, so they've turned it
Cape
around.
Town,
it's in Cape Town, obviously. Cape Town City, as Neil alluded to earlier, a lot of youngsters. You don't know what you're going to get from other than effort.
This is Ajax Cape Town.
This is Ajax Cape Town, yeah. Where Clinton Larson's got his team well organised, especially away from home. You know, Ajax can do anything.
Yeah, okay. Bloem Celtic and Bloemfontein, Supersport come into town. 12 plays 2.
Too much, I think too much for Celtic. It has much to do. The best, I think, there could be a draw or I'd go draw away win. SuperSport United.
Another team that can't score goals, Bloemfontein Celtic.
Yeah.
SuperSport going well.
They've been unbeaten for a long time now.
Yeah, they beat Pirates in the semi-final.
But you've also they've got a cup final next week. They've also got a lot of injuries, so you never know with the players. Sometimes they have one mind.
Their mind's on there. You all want to play in a final.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get injured 4 days before. Listen, I've got a bit of a twinge. Rather save me for the final.
Yeah, but the guys that are on the bench who want to cement their places, they'll be trying for the laugh.
But they've got a lot of injuries as well, so they might be resting a lot.
All right then, Baraka, who has still got the keeper going forward, he's now not playing in goals. He's playing up front against Maritzburg United. So it's 10 plays 9, Budge.
Well, they've both drawn 4 the last 6, so it's obvious where people will be going for the draw. But either way, I like Baraka. I thought they played quite well last night.
Yeah,
they have a go.
And a very attacking team.
Yeah.
Is it?
Very attacking team.
I'll tell you what, Neil, people get to watch our football. There's some very good football out there at the moment. It's as you say, it's played at a pace and you get some good goals.
You get some good, just at times, just a concentration in front of goals. But getting to the final third, and there's some really exciting teams. Baraka don't hold back.
Yeah.
Polokwane must be that Polokwane area where those teams just don't hold back. They just go forward.
Yeah, that's right. Right, Budge, the key for everyone. Now, let me just reiterate. We won again on Budgie's bets. But before we go to that, we caught the 2 6s. We missed out because Newcastle couldn't beat Blackburn at home after winning the last 8 or something. That cost us the 10 and the 13. But the soccer sixes, you've got your system, Budge, where you spend 216. Let's go first one and have a look. We caught both these last week. And Budge, run us through the top one.
Yeah, well, Neil and I disagree on the one. But anyway, Sundown should be too good, at home.
Okay.
Good team. Platinum can't win at home. Polokwane, open gates at the back. So we've gone 1, 2 and 3. Likewise, the Chipper and Kaizer Chiefs. I think the draw's a big player, but it wouldn't surprise me if anybody won that game. I had to do it yesterday. I didn't really watch much of the Ajax game, but I fancy Arrows away from home to get a draw at least against Ajax. Ajax were impressive when beating Sundowns, but at the time I've gone Arrows and the draw. Because the perm allows it, I've gone Pirates and the draw against Highlands, and I've banked Juventus. They've won 23 home games in a trot. They're playing a team, it's an up-and-coming team, but you've got to fancy.
Have they been in the Champions League?
Yeah, they're in the Champions. They beat Sevilla. They've qualified as group. They got beat on Sunday. Diego Simeone's kid scored 2 goals for Genoa.
Oh,
yeah, couldn't believe it, but expect them to bounce back.
Do you watch a bit of the international football, Neil?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the first bet. Let's go to this one here. Now, this is the second soccer 6.
Yep.
And again, budgets...
I've got Mandy in the draw. I think they'll be too good for Chelsea, but I think the other 2 teams are better bankers than Man City.
Sorry, Neil, you went the draw, eh?
I went the draw.
You went the draw, so covered that. Crystal Palace, you want to...
anything's capable there.
Stoke, you guys gone strong on.
Burnley.
The next one's all 3.
I think West Brom will have too much for Watford. Kabul's out. The other centre-half got red-carded.
So if West Ham win, we're gone.
Yeah, I don't see them beating Arsenal.
Okay, there's 2 and 6. Let's go to 10. The soccer 10. Here we go. Front sheets. We've done the Man City.
Yeah.
I love the championship, but so do you.
It gives you grey hairs half the time when you think there's certainties. But Brighton are going well. Only a couple of points behind Newcastle. Cardiff always have a go. Neil Warnock's team, but I think Brighton will be too good for them. The next 2 games, 1, 2 and 3.
Stevie B's Fulham?
Yeah, Fulham, but Jaap Stam's team Reading, they won the last 5.
This should be a good game.
Should be a good game.
This will be a good game.
Fulham at home, have a full go.
I get down to the Craven Cottage every now and then. And they've got those wooden floorboards.
I know, it's an antique stadium.
And the lines,
by the river.
The lines here, and the benches here, and it goes, whoo. So a guy taking a throw and goes up a little hill.
Have a swig of someone's beer before he throws it.
Yeah, you're allowed to. And then...
Stoke bankers against Burnley.
Okay, let's see the next lot.
Sunderland 1, 2, 3 with Leicester. Spurs should beat Swansea. West Brom I think will be too good for Watford. I've gone 2 and 3. I watched Leeds against Liverpool. Liverpool made a lot of changes like Arsenal did. They played well, Leeds. They had the post at 0-0. Just think that Aston Villa will try and keep it tight. They've got some good players at Aston Villa.
A team like Aston Villa should come back up.
They should, Newcastle, and household name as well.
Yeah, they're a big club. They've got to come back.
They've got to come back,
And then you've gone 2 and 3, so no West Ham. All right, let's go on to the largest one of the lot, the 13. Now, this, Neil, is very hard to catch. It's like herding cats.
I've gone Real Madrid in the draw. It's a 1, 2, 3 game, but on
so Barcelona win. We
Good
gone.
night, yeah.
Good night,
well, Barcelona, since Zidane's taken over, they've won 20 and drawn 3. Unbeaten since he's taken over.
Who's that?
Real Madrid. So they're in good form. They got, they weren't impressive against Sporting Gijon on Saturday.
But it's always a different game.
El
I just can't have Barcelona on recent form. They were shocking the other day. Yeah, I know, but too many key players are carrying knocks. So as I say,
is Lionel Messi going to play?
He'll play.
Yeah. Okay, Palace, you've gone.
I've gone of the two. Obviously, we got 5 bankers and 8 win and draws. So I've sided with Southampton over Crystal Palace. I've gone Stoke to beat Burnley. I've gone with Sunderland to get something out of Leicester. Tottenham and West Brom both to win. Arsenal 2 and 3.
Okay, let's look at the next page. Right, Budge.
Yeah, I've gone Aston Villa 2 and 3. I bankered Blackburn. Now Blackburn upset the apple cart. They beat Newcastle away.
Yeah.
And the stats showed they were a better team. You know.
How are Huddersfield Town doing?
Well, they got beat by Wigan on Monday. They were terrible. They've lost 5 of the last 6 away league games. But strangely,
they started
6,
well.
Yeah, their home form was superb. But they can't win away from home.
Bristol City,
good home form. Ipswich, the lowest scorers away from home.
Didn't they win the league once? The Premier League? Paul Mariner.
I don't think. They're on second.
They're on second to Villa, I think.
No, to Liverpool.
To Liverpool, okay.
Sadly. But and then Brighton to beat Cardiff.
Yeah.
I've given Fulham the blessing over Reading at home, and I've unfortunately had to go against my beloved North End.
Okay, you've beloved North End.
Sheffield Wednesday at home, good home form.
Yeah, it's sentiment.
Okay, now
sentiment with the draw.
Now, the part that everyone waits for, Budgie's best bets. Now, we're winning, just about every week we win. So, Budge, I'm going to ask you to talk us through the first ones for the public. The treble, how does it go?
I've gone, I fancy Man City to beat Chelsea. I know Chelsea are going well, but I think City up front, once Aguero gets in amongst that back 3, I think it'll be mayhem. I think Stoke will be too good for Burnley, and I fancy West Brom to beat Watford. So that's 1360 to 200. You know, I like that international treble, even though Birmingham is in England. I think Sevilla will be too good. I think they play Osasuna. It's a lunchtime kickoff on Saturday. Birmingham should be too good for Barnsley at home. And Real Sociedad, it's a Monday night game. They play Deportivo. Really a good side, Real Sociedad. I can't believe they're 17 to 10.
All right, your multiple bets.
Yeah, I've gone, the first 3 are all win draws. Sunderland to get a draw, Crystal Palace and my Spanish favourite, Las Palmas.
Run this by me.
All the first 3 teams win draw. Sunderland win draw, Palace win draw.
If they all draw, they're all good.
That's good enough. Okay. And I've gone Birmingham City to beat Barnsley, 15-6.
Birmingham City is your weekend.
Well, that's the NOA.
Birmingham City. Right, let's move on to the next one.
The double, I've gone Man City to win and both teams to score.
That's a good one.
And Real Madrid to score over 1.5 goals. So they've got to score 2 goals against Barca. That's your double there. That's the double, 1480 to 200. And both teams to score in the Championship, which we do quite often. Burton, Rotherham, desperation game. Fulham, Reading, which would be an open game. And Leeds United, Aston Villa, 2 informed Championship teams.
Looks good. Looks good. Well, there we go. That's where at the moment it looks like it's going to be a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to get those bets on. Budgie's bets are flying. It's wonderful to have Neil. Neil, thanks very much. And good to get your input. And we'll catch you all next week when you're on side.